Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining me. So in this video, I wanted to show you why I've chosen Teachable as my course platform, how I set it up, how you can do it too, and then I also want to give you a little pep talk on starting with your online course. So I have started my business 2 years ago in spring 2015. And yeah, in the beginning, I was really focusing on getting one-on-one clients and receiving my first testimonials and really building my portfolio as a web designer, and that was great, and that was really what I needed to do at the time. But as I kind of gained more experience and noticed patterns in what I was doing for people over and over again, and how amazing it was for people to really understand how I did it for them and how they could do it themselves, or at least change it and edit it and grow it themselves, the more I wanted to create an online course myself. And then also I wanted to have a really easy way to kind of offer people that couldn't afford to work with me one-on-one something that they could take to then do it themselves. So that was kind of my first motivation. I have always occasionally done free websites for people that are making art or creating something cool in the world but just couldn't pay for a site. um, but over time there's been situations where I had to say no because I needed to prioritize my paid work. And so in that case also it was great to be able to offer this course instead, where I didn't have time to teach someone. Yeah. And then also, I just really care about web design and WordPress and design with Canva so much. I really, really enjoy just sharing that because it's so much fun, and it just, really can make a difference for someone building their business if they understand how it all works and don't feel so overwhelmed anymore. So anyway, long story short, I then decided I wanted to do an online course for WordPress and one for Canva, because these were at the time the tools I was most familiar with and that I also still believe are so invaluable, really, and so approachable in some ways. Um, and at the time in 2015, things were really changing with online courses. There was more software coming out. So I really took quite some time to decide the first platform that I wanted to launch on. And I decided for Gumtree. Gumroad.com. And I mainly did that because they were some of the first service providers who offered to take care of the VAT situation in Europe. So when you're offering a digital download product that doesn't have any personal interactive components, then you need to charge VAT, sales tax, depending on the country that the person is buying from. And that makes it really complicated. And I think we're all still catching up with this, and there's different solutions now, which is kind of really a whole other subject for another blog post. But basically, Gumroad was one of the first providers that had a solution for this, so that was really great. And I liked how easy it was to set up, but in the end, I decided that I didn't like the design enough. It felt a bit too static, and I just thought there could be a better user experience. So then in the spring of 2016, about a year ago, I really upgraded quite massively and switched from MailChimp to Ontoport as my newsletter provider. And that enabled me as well, also to build a membership site. So I created a whole new WordPress site with all the different pages to deliver the content. And then I used my new newsletter provider, which was quite a lot more expensive than MailChimp, to create the different membership levels and collect payments. And yeah, that looked great. It was a ton of work to create a whole other website just for that. And, obviously it had lots of details because every lesson within the two courses had its own page, and everything was branded. And then there was a lot of tech stuff with regards to access into different membership levels, and, stuff like bouncing payments and error pages. And so that was a really steep learning process, and I'm really glad I did it because I still think it's a really great software if you do need a high level of complexity and if you just want to have full control over what all the different elements look like. And also, if you have the money to invest in it, of course, you do have to have a certain, you have to have built some traffic and momentum to make that be worth it. But I realized over time that the fact that it took me so long to kind of add to it and edit it, and um, it just kind of stopped me from creating more material. And I knew last summer that I really felt strongly, and especially in autumn, that just had so many more ideas for courses that I wanted to create. But while it was fantastic to have this control over the platform, I didn't actually need it, and it just took time away from creating stuff, and I felt a bit blocked. And so I then enrolled in a course by someone else. And this person used Teachable. So I first saw Teachable as a student myself, and I just really, really loved the user experience. I loved the design. I loved how you would flow through the different sections and how everything was displayed on different devices. And yeah, so that totally convinced me. And then I signed up, and I moved all my content over, which again was 3 or 4 days of work. But now I'm really just so glad I did it, because Teachable makes it so much easier to add stuff. I think it looks great, really fantastic actually, and it's just so easy also to manage as a school owner, the different people and accounts and payments and membership levels and all of that. And another thing that I really enjoy is that the tax situation is totally handled, so I'm just getting paid out what is actually mine. I don't have to handle the VAT tax, and I can have an affiliate network. So over the next couple of weeks, I will be rolling out an invitation to a couple of people that I've been working with, to see if they want to share my courses with their community, and then receive a payout for each sign up that they make. Yeah. But let me show you a little bit more about how I did it in practice. So this is my web design website, and then I've got a tab in my menu that says courses, and if I click that, it opens up in a new window, and it leads people to my Teachable school. And I'm going to show you how you can create these links in a minute, maybe while we're working for this to load. So in DV, under appearance and then menus here, you can add something that's called a custom link to your menu bar. So this is really slow at the moment, sorry. So I'm going to show you my school in the meantime. This is the overall overview of my different courses. I'm having a free one, which is like almost like a taster. It has 3 free tech trainings and a workbook and a resource list, which I believe is like full of stuff that people find really useful when they're just starting out. And so this one is free, and I got that connected with Zapier to my ConvertKit newsletter account. So anyone who signs up for Teachable, for this free course in Teachable, lands on my newsletter list as well. And then, yeah, they can get to know me better. I've then got this bundle of 2 different courses. So that's the WordPress web design and the branding with Canva bundle. And this is the individual just WordPress course. This is the individual just Canva course. And then this is an audio course, which is actually kind of a bit separate for the audience for my Daydreaming Wolves website. So yeah, this is what my Canva school looks like when you first get to it. And it also has its own little homepage. Oh, maybe not, sorry. Yeah, I think that's because I'm logged in. It doesn't really display everything. Anyhow, here's the menu, and I can add a custom link to it here. And I would then put my URL on Teachable in here, give the link text a name. So this would say courses in my case. And then I would say add to menu, and then save menu at the top here. So that's all. That's how you can have these links that point to external pages that you've set up. And then this here is my admin area in the Teachable school. So you would sign up by going to teachable.com, take a look at the different pricing options. They also have a free version, which I tried out before I eventually signed up for the paid one. So pricing is here. I'm now on this plan here, $39 a month. And that means I'm paying 5% transaction fees, which is really competitive with other platforms. I get monthly payouts with a 30-day delay. So if someone signs up on the 2nd of April, I would be paid out on the 1st of June. which is a bit of time really, but that's also normal across different platforms I find, and it just enables you to offer a 30-day money-back guarantee, and I think that's actually really great and something ethical to do. You can have 2 different authors, and you get product support. And so if you upgrade here to the $99 a month one, you don't pay any transaction fees, you get instant payouts, and you can have more owners, and you can also get priority product support. But yeah, I find this one suitable for now. Um, if I ever, get enough traction, which I'm sure I will. I shouldn't say that if I ever, but once I have more traction, I might switch, just because it then works out better with the transaction fees. Cool. So this is my admin area. Once you log in, it will look like this, but without the courses. And you can say new course here at the top, and then give it a name. And then the author is me, and I'm going to show you what that means, like what that looks like in a minute. And then I can give it a subtitle here, everything you need to know about XYZ. And what I find strange in different browsers, and I'm in Safari now, and I tested Google as well, that you have to move this little bit here in Teachable to get to the up and down scrolling thing. Weird, I don't know why. Anyway, so I'm going to put test in here. That would be the longer description, and that's eventually also what will form your sales page. So do have a think what you want to have in there, and see, maybe have a look at mine to see if that makes sense, or if you find any inspiration there. You can add images here and links, and you can format the text as usual. And then you would say create course. Now it's created. And now I can rename the first section. So this could be module 1, how to start in Teachable. And I'm going to say yeah, and then I can add different lectures. So it's super simple. I mean, aren't you surprised how easy this is? This could be called Working with Canva. Yes, and then here I can add all kinds of different files. So you could upload an audio file or a video, although I would recommend for videos to host them on Vimeo, and then to embed them on here. And you would just upload them to Vimeo, get the embed code from your backend there, and then paste it into the text document here, and it will then display. But you can also upload PDFs, and yeah, also all kinds of different things that will be part of that lecture. And then here you can add text. You can see the preview here, and when you have added everything to that particular lecture, then you would say publish. And then you can go back to the overview and add more of them. And then the next step would be that you add a price. So you have the option to offer it for free, which is great to engage people and offer something to sign up. You can have a subscription for a membership. So some people also don't just have like evergreen courses, which means courses that you can take anytime. Some people also run membership programs. So yeah, that's definitely an alternative. You can make it a one-time purchase, or you can offer a payment plan, and you can also offer several different pricing plans. So just click new pricing plan at the top and add it to the one that you've already created. So you could offer people like a one-time payment, but you can also say at the same time you can also pay in 3 installments, for example. So you put the price in here and then say add pricing, and then as I said, you can always add a new one. And then the next step is that you publish your course, and that's it really. So obviously there's so much more that you can do now. For example, you can go to sales page here, and then edit the sales page. So this doesn't have a banner at the top. I would want to replace that. I would work on my course description here. I would have my own author bio here. And then here in the course curriculum, it would display all the different courses. If I had bundled them, that would display here. And then here's the FAQ section, which also looks great. You can offer discounts, and then you can also have a course page closing letter, which I've done for another course, and I will show you in a second. So I'm going back to my own courses that I've already worked on. This here would be the bundle, for example. And here I can show you a sales page that is more complete, so to give you an idea what it looks like. So I've added my logo at the top here. This is the overview here, the menu bar that I'm seeing because I'm currently logged in, so it would be different for a new student. And then this is my overview, kind of, or like the tagline of my school. And then here it begins like with, hey, do you want to create a website or blog for yourself that's beautiful, easy to use, and that you converts well? And then need some training. And then I go into a bit of detail of what this actually is, and explain that people get these 2 different courses with this bundle, that they will follow along as you are now with what I'm doing on my screen. And then I'm saying you also get a workbook, and this is what you can realistically expect to have created after the course. And then here's my bio. Here's another overview that details which courses are included and what people would usually pay. Then here are the frequently asked questions, and I could add more to them, just haven't done that yet. And then here I'm offering either to pay in full in 5 installments or in 2 installments. And that's it, really. Yeah. So I hope this has given you a little bit of a better idea of what things can look like in Teachable. So as you can see, I think it's really realistic after recording your content for the course that you want to offer to set this up in a day. Totally possible if you've got your branding in place and you've got a good idea of what you want to say in your copy, and maybe you've got someone like a friend helping you out and proofreading for you. It can totally be done. And I think, yeah, I just hope that you look at this and think like, man, I can actually do that. Before I go, I just want to give you a little bit more of a pep talk to just give it a good go with online courses. It can be so much fun, and it's such a beautiful thing to offer to people that can't work with you one-on-one right now. And I just think it's such an important time for us to learn as much from each other as we can. And I think we all just bring such unique gifts, and there's definitely people out there who would just love to learn from you. And yeah, that's just another way of doing it, and I think it's great. So yeah, let me know if you've got any questions. Post in my group on Facebook. I would love to hear from you.